Hey, what is going on, Detail family? You are listening to the Detail Spot podcast, which we are on YouTube as well. So you may be watching this on YouTube, or you may be listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or whatever your major podcast listening platform is. But in this video, we're going to talk about what to do if you are slow in your detailing business. I get this message a lot on social media. And also if you ever do have any questions, always feel free to shoot me a message on social media, Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you spend your time on. I'll definitely answer it, and I'll make sure it gets talked about in an episode. But I get this question a lot, and it's, what do I do if I'm slow in my detailing business? Like maybe you have a slow week, slow month, slow year even, it happens. But what can you do to kind of be proactive, to stay in front of those things, or that you can do instantly to start generating some leads, get some clients in the door? And that's what we're going to talk about in this episode. So stay tuned for that. Also, I want to mention how grateful I am for all of you for listening every week. It means the world to me, and it wouldn't be possible without you. And for all of you that have left a review on either Apple Podcast or Spotify, you guys do not go unnoticed. I can't thank you enough. We've been skyrocketing in reviews. I want to say we're close to 20 on Apple Podcasts, and we have broke that 30 review mark on Spotify. So I'm so grateful you guys are enjoying the content coming from this channel, and I can't thank y'all enough. But before we get into it, I know I've taken a bunch of your time, but I want to give you something. I give you an opportunity to win a Detail Community t-shirt right here. As you can see it, I'll put it up here. Hopefully it focuses on it. Here, hold on just a second. Let me take it out of the bag real quick and show you. But yeah, you guys have the chance to win a Detail Community t-shirt, and all you have to do is like the video, comment on the video. You can comment anything. Comment your favorite polisher, comment your favorite polish, what you're liking about the channel, whatever you like. But just comment on it, subscribe. And yeah, that's it. All you have to do is like the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and you have a chance to win a Detail Community t-shirt. I'm also going to give you 1 month free, a part of the Detail Community as well. So you're going to get 1 month free, and you get a Detail Community t-shirt. Next video, which will be next week, I will announce the winner and get a hold of you as well. So make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win a t-shirt. And we'll go ahead and get into this video. So let's go ahead and get it. So what do you do if you're slow? We have all been slow out of the 7 years I've been in business. I can guarantee you I've been slow a lot of months, a lot of weeks. So what do you do to kind of counter that? What do you do to, make sure you stay in front of those slow weeks or those slow months? There's been times where I've been slow for consecutive months in a row, and there were things that I had to do, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video, is things that I had to do to kind of pivot and get ahead of those things. So the number one thing that I did and that I advise you to try and do is follow up with your existing clients. These are clients that have already used your services in the past, or they could have been clients that have inquired with you in the past. So if you're not gathering their information, that's something that I would definitely do. You can use some type of software. If you want the cheaper approach, I would use Square, which is extremely affordable. I want to say it could be even free. I can't remember what their pricing is now just because I don't currently use them, but they have every tool in that software that you need to capture emails, to capture phone numbers, and to capture names of that client. So that software, or you can use something like Urable, OrbisX, Detail Bookie. There's a ton of softwares out there. I'm not going to be biased and tell you which one in this video that I would prefer, but they all are going to do the same when it comes to gathering the client's information. And that information is super important, because the key here is a lot of detailers want to get new clients. They want to try to go out there and find new people when they have a list of people that, for one, already trust you. They've already used your services before, or they've already called before, so they were interested at one point in time. And for two, they're already interested in that type of service. So when you have to find new clients, this is where it gets difficult, because when you're trying to generate leads coming in of people who have not used your services before, you don't know if they're even interested in getting their vehicle detailed, ceramic coated. They may be the type of person who can afford it, but they would just prefer to do it themselves. That's not your client. You need someone who can afford it, for one, and for two, would prefer to trust a professional such as yourself. So these people are that client. They are that ideal person. They've already trusted you. That's already a win. And for two, they are interested in getting a detailing service or a ceramic coating service. So that is the ideal client, and they've already used you before. So following up with them is the perfect thing to do when you're slow and when you don't have leads coming in and when you're not filling your schedule. So following up with existing clients is going to be the best way. You can use either a mass texting app. One example would be Easy Texting. And this isn't like an affiliate or anything. It's just one that I've used in the past, easytexting.com. That's a perfect one. You can send out mass text to your contact list. All you would have to do is just export your CSV file from whatever your software that you're using, whether it be Square, Urable, OrbisX, DetailBookie, whatever software that you're gathering information, export that CSV file, which will be in the area to where your contacts are. You would just export it. It'll put it in a file, and then you import it to whatever software that you're using to send out those mass text or mass emails. For texting, the one I know of is easytexting.com. There's plenty out there. It's super cheap to send text. And if you're looking to send emails, you can actually use Square. Square actually has a very simple email campaign to where you can send it to your contact list. You can just say, hey, this is Jim Bob's Auto Detailing. Hopefully that's not your business name, but that's the one I'm using in this example. Say, hey, this is Jim Bob's Auto Detailing. I just wanted to say, hey, I'm so grateful to have you as a client. I wanted to follow up to see how you were doing. Is everything going good? How's your summer going? And then maybe tell them about a service that you offer. And it's just reminding them that, hey, maybe after you send that text or send that email, they look at their vehicle once they get into it and say, man, I'm actually due for a detail. I haven't had this done in a while. And you just put that bug in their brain. And that is super important, and reminding them, following up with them. And I wouldn't necessarily just do this when you're slow. I would do this even when you're not slow. Do this, when you have a consistent booked schedule, so that you can now get ahead of those slow times. So yes, it does work when you are slow, but it works even better as a preventative maintenance type of thing. So get ahead of it and start sending these. For one, if you're not capturing contact information, that's your first step. Start gathering contact information. Operate your business like a business, because that's what you want. You want your detailing to be a career. You want this passion to be a something that generates you wealth. And the way to do that is to treat it like a business, because that's the only way to have long-term success. You can't do this as you can't treat it as a backyard type of detailing business. Whether you are detailing in your backyard or not, you still need to treat it like a business, because that's if you want to charge what detailing is worth and you want to operate in a professional manner, you have to treat it like a business. And that first step is to capture contact information. These clients are so much more valuable than clients that have never even heard of you or never used your business before. These are the clients that are going to skyrocket your business long term if you can get enough of them. So if you can get enough of clients that have used you, trust you, willing to return, those clients are more important than the clients that have never used you before. So why not follow up with them, remind them, see how they're doing. Even if you're not selling anything, they know who you are. They know what your name is. They know what your business name is. So even if you follow up in a manner of just saying, hey, how are you doing? That is still a reminder, and it doesn't come off salesy. And it's that client would see themselves as valuable to you. And that's super important as well. So number one advice is following up with clients. And number two, I guess would go in with this, if you're not already doing it, is making sure that you're capturing those contact information, like their name, their phone number, and their email. And you can use email, an email software that I would recommend could be MailChimp, or it could be ActiveCampaign. You just need something simple to send out a mass email to your list. You can get a lot more nitty gritty with the automations, but this is going to be the simplest way, and it works. You could just send out one mass email to your contact list, or one mass text message to your text message list. Now, a little disclaimer though, when you are sending text messages regularly, I would send more emails versus text messages. The reason being is because text messages people open. You're going to have a way higher open rate when people see your text messages, because everybody checks their phone, so you don't want to oversend when it comes to text messages, but people expect emails. So you could send emails on a regular basis. Just make sure you're not overselling. And I know what you're thinking, like, I'm a business. I need to sell. And that's just not the case. Honestly, I would go at this approach, and this is a whole nother video, but I would go at this approach with saying, hey, I would honestly just try to spark some type of, whether it be conversation or interesting type of read, something that's going to get that customer to open that email. And generally, sales emails are not that way, because everybody in 2022 gets sold to in some way or another. So you need to come at them in an approach that is, and you may have to kind of get creative with this, but you want to find a way to get them to open your emails. So I would say kind of like a jab, right hook type approach. So meaning the jabs within these text messages and these emails would be more so of, how can I get them to open that email? It could just be saying, hey, how grateful you are to have them as a client. People appreciate that. Or, hey, here's $5 off of, your next cup of coffee. Something along the lines of that. You don't have to give away $5. If you have 500 contacts, giving $5 away to every contact would get kind of expensive, obviously, but just something that maybe costs you nothing, but just gets them to open your emails or your text messages. And then maybe that every fourth email or every fourth text message, that would be the one that you offer them something, or give or educate them on a service that you offer. So there is a strategy to emails, and there is a strategy to text messaging. But my disclaimer to you would be saying, hey, you can send emails maybe once a week, twice a week. Text messages, I would even go as low as using text as your using text messaging as a way to do it every maybe 2 months, honestly, or even when you're just slow using text messages, just because you don't want to overutilize that, and people will get kind of frustrated, and then you may lose a client if you overdo it. But here and there, it works, trust me. So following up with your previous clients is a game changer if you're not already doing it. I want to take a moment really quick, tell you about the detail community. This is something that is growing so quickly because it is actually helping detailers. This platform is changing the way that detailers look at business, changing the way that they do things, because now they know what to do. It has every resource you need to grow your detailing business, whether you're just starting or have already started. And let me tell you about what's inside of it. It has endless resources. It has over 50 plus business classes, and added regularly, going all over things like SEO, Google, sales strategies, things that are really going to get the momentum that you need in your business. It also has a community forums area to where you can connect with other detailers that are already inside, share support, get support every step of the way. And we also do live events every month to where we can hang out. You can ask questions that you're currently having in your business. This is something that need, and something that I wish was available to me early on. It would have gave me success way earlier, way quicker in my business. So you can come hang out at these live events every month. You also get access to pre-made promotional templates. These are something that are going to save you a ton of money, change the way your brand looks in your business. You don't have to spend a ton of time learning how to create promotional templates and advertisement pieces to post on social media. These templates are going to be there for you to quickly grab and upload to your social media. So it's going to save you a ton of money, not having to hire a graphic designer to design these for you. And it's going to change the way you look to your clients, which is what you want. You want to look different than the rest of your competitors. So these pre-made promotional templates, you're going to get access to. These packs of 5 are added regularly. So you're just going to have an endless content that you can post to your social media, to your detailing social media page. You also get access to exclusive podcast episodes. So if you're enjoying the episodes that are coming from the Detail Spot channel, you are going to love this, because you now get access to bonus footage and exclusive episodes that are only available to the Detail community members. So you get access to all of that, plus so much more, and a lot is added every month as well. So it's a platform that you need, and that's really just going to change the way that you perform in your detailing business. It's going to get you to where you can generate more money coming in so that you can do more things. You can take the time off that you want. Your business should create you freedom. It should be a way for you to enjoy life. You are your own boss, so you shouldn't be working for your business. Let your business work for you. And that's what the detail community is going to help you with. And the coolest part is it costs less than, let's say, it costs way less than a bottle of ceramic coating does. It costs maybe what 2 bottles of all-purpose cleaner cost. So it's only $37 a month. So you can get in at $37 a month, get access to all that, things that are actually going to make you more money. So the best way to look at this is for $37, if one of the things out of this entire platform, only one, I know more is going to help you, but if only one thing helps you and it gets you one lead, your membership is paid for a long time. For $37 a month, your margins will cover that. So get in today for $37 a month. Join today. The link will be in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and the link will be in the show notes if you are listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or whatever your favorite listening platform is. So go ahead and join today. I cannot wait to see you inside and to connect with you further. Now, my second advice, and I know it's going to be something that maybe some of the introverted type of personalities are not going to necessarily like that much. And it's something that is uncomfortable, but just remember, nothing good comes from a comfort zone. And when I started doing this really, really changed the way my business operated, and it's networking. Here's the thing. If you're already slow, because the title of this video is if you're slow, do this. If your detailing business is slow, do this. Meaning if you're slow, you have the time on your hands to network. And this is going to be a crucial way to get your name floating out there. And because you're slow, it means your name is not rotating enough through your community. It's not rotating through your community enough. So if you have the time, go to these small businesses, go get your name out there, go network with these people. I'm telling you, it will benefit you so much. These other small businesses, these other, whether it be maybe a car, someone ahead of like a car club, maybe it's a Jeep club, a Tesla club, these people or these other small businesses, when you go to introduce yourself, don't go in there necessarily just like what I mentioned with the email campaigns and the text messaging campaigns. It works better if you go into it in a way of just getting to know people, communicating, building relationships. That's ultimately what business is. I know it's the broadest thing to say that building relationships is the way to have a successful business, and it is. But all these little minimal strategies, that is what you're ultimately doing, is building as many relationships as you possibly can. And the more relationships you have, more positive relationships you have, the more your business is going to succeed. So you need to get out there within your community and get your name floating around. You have to think you still are a small business, whether you're a massive detailing business or the smallest detailing business working out of your garage. garage, which is completely fine. In other videos, I've mentioned that, hey, I think the most underrated thing is by working out of your garage. You keep your overhead low, yada, yada, yada. But the big detailing businesses, whether you have a 15,000 square foot detailing facility, you still have to operate like a small business. You're still in a community. You are still in an area to where word of mouth means something. You're not like Walmart. You're not like these big franchises. You still have to operate like a small business. And the way to do that is building connections, building relationships, and getting to know people. So if you're an introverted type of personality, and honestly, there are some times to where I just don't feel like talking to people, and that's completely normal. But getting outside of your comfort zone and doing the things that others are not willing to do is what is going to separate you from the rest. So do you think, when you think about your competitors and the other detailers within your area, do you think they're really grinding as hard as going to local businesses, getting to know these people? Probably not, honestly. So that is something that could give you that leg up. So I would go to local businesses, get to know them, just say, hey, my name is Jim Bob with Jim Bob's Auto Detailing. Again, hopefully that's not your business name. If it is, I would consider changing it, honestly, because that's another video. Hopefully you read in between the lines and can tell that that's not a good professional detailing name. But anyways, we're going to use it as an example. So you go in there and you say, hey, my name is Jim Bob with Jim Bob's Auto Detailing, and I just wanted to get to know you and see how you were doing. If you do have the budget, maybe give them something like a pen, a t-shirt, just something to say, hey, I notice you, I appreciate you, and I just want to get to know you, honestly. So, and then maybe, and honestly, the conversation will probably lead into, hey, what do you do? What type of services do you offer? Hey, I've got a 2021 Toyota Tacoma out back. I've really been interested in ceramic coating, but just kind of haven't got the information that I needed. And then boom, that leads into that and leads into that. And if you can talk to enough small businesses or enough small business owners, hey, you may even leave that day with a client on the schedule for a ceramic coating service. Who knows? You don't know unless you get out there and get to know people. The reason that I say small business owners, though, is because small business owners generally, not always, but generally know the grind. They know that you're a small business as well. They know what you're doing. They don't look at it as yucky. They don't look at it as, what's this guy freaking want? They look at it as, hey, I get it. I know that struggle. I know that grind. And also other small businesses may have already connected with other people. They may have a client list as well. And if you can get in with those small businesses and they may utilize your service and say, hey, this guy does good work. I think he has good business ethics, and I want to use him for my detailing or ceramic coating needs. Now they start referring you to their client list. Anybody who comes in just chit-chatting with them, they're like, maybe detailing comes up and boom, they just referred their clients to you. Think about this as the masses. Yes, one person, you could get lucky in the first small business owner that you go talk to and network with. That could be your end to a bunch more people. But imagine if you spend all day. Remember, you're slow. If you're slow, you got to do these things. These are things that you got to do what's uncomfortable. But if you spend, say you work 6 hours, 8 hours in a day, and you don't have anything on the schedule that day, why not go out there and hit up 20, 30 business owners? I am guaranteeing you that 20 or that at least one or two of those, probably way more, are going to appreciate what you're doing, and you'll build a connection with them. And then hopefully they'll lead into telling their clients, or maybe even using your services for their personal vehicles. Now, the next networking thing I want to talk about is Instagram, social media, Facebook or Instagram, whatever you prefer. Actually, not what you prefer. Do both. Everybody says, which social media platform should I be on? I say all of them. Any way that you can possibly reach a client, that is going to be your best way. So spend time on every single one of them, even if it's TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. Obviously you can hone in more time on whichever one performs better for you, but you don't know if one platform is going to perform for you if you don't put time into it. But networking through social media, you have to remember social media is a networking platform. I think people utilize it in a way that it's not sometimes, but that's what it is built for. It's built to build connections, build relationships. And remember, what did I say? The number one thing that you need to have a successful business is building relationships. You need to build relationships to have a successful business. So why not build those through in person, like the networking I just mentioned, and using social media? So here's a strategy for you. Find a local car page that is local to you. You can use the search feature. So you can search hashtags on Instagram. Search, cars and coffee, Tampa, Florida, cars and coffee, whatever your city is. I know there's, Octane and coffee, but whatever your local car meet is, whether it be big or small, crawl through those pages of those people who are posting within that hashtag and start following, engaging with them. Turn on post notifications for when they post, build connections with them, but also send, maybe that you find, and you will find, no matter where you're at, unless you're just in Alaska or Antarctica, more than likely there is going to be someone who is ahead of a car page and he knows a bunch of people. Maybe he's got a bunch of followers. That would be someone you want to know. You want to get to know them, whether they have 20,000 people that follow them, and you look at who likes their posts, and it could be a bunch of people also within the area that also own cars, that love, maybe lowered cars or muscle cars or Teslas, whatever their interest is. Maybe they own a bunch of people follow them and engage with their stuff, who are also within your local area, who also have cars, who also love their cars. That's an ideal client, in my opinion. So start engaging with them, but find the head guy, someone who has a lot of authority, a lot of followers, a lot of people who they know, because you want to get to know the people that know them. So offer them some type of deal, some type of say, hey, I'll do a 1-year coating on your vehicle. If they have enough authority, a bunch of people, you could do it for free with the return of, hey, or you could do it for what it costs you. So maybe you do a 1-year coating, maybe an enhancement polish 1-year coating. This is just an example. You can use whatever package you would like, but give them some type of deal and say, hey, I'll do this if you can recommend me to the people that you know within your social media. And then, you could work out some type of deal to where it's 10 shout outs on stories, whatever. You may have to come up with that on your own. Just get creative with it based on what type of account you created. I've rambled on a bunch about that, but you get the gist of what I'm talking about. Give them a deal, and in return, they send you a bunch of clients. This has worked for me in the past. This would be, I guess, a level of influencer marketing. And it works. So use that strategy. I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to say follow up. Number 1, super important. The most important, in my opinion. Do this first. If you're not already, start gathering contact information. You got to act like a business here. You got to function as a business. And the way to do that is by gathering information, because these people, 1, were already interested in detailing as a service. They're not doing it themselves. That's a perfect client. 2, if they've used you in the past, they can afford detailing, and they are the client who doesn't want to do that themselves and wants to pay the professional. And 3, they already trust you. They've used your services before. What better client? They're more willing to return than trying to find someone who has never used you, who doesn't know of you yet. So focus more on people that you have already previously detailed for versus trying to find new people, because I guarantee you the people who you've detailed before for, those are going to be more willing to return and give you more and be willing to give you money versus someone who doesn't even know about you yet. So follow up to the people who trust you. Number 2, networking. You have the time on your hands. Do something that makes you uncomfortable, and do something that your competitors are not doing. And that is one of those ways. I never said detailing and owning a business was going to be easy, but it is one of the easier businesses to get into. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It doesn't require necessarily a lot of skill. Anyone can really get started at this. So with that comes saturation. A lot of people are going to be doing it. So how are you going to separate yourself? And it's by doing things that make you uncomfortable and getting out there and doing things that your competitors are not willing to do. So networking, number 2. And number 3, I left you with that social media tip. Essentially all you have to do, because I did kind of ramble on about that, but number 3 is by going to Instagram, using the search feature, finding accounts that are within your area who have a lot of authority. That could mean a lot of followers, and make sure their followers, look through their followers and see if a lot of them are within your area as well, because that's what you want. You want to make sure that they just don't have a lot of fake followers, yada yada, but make sure that their following list is of people who are within your area as well. And if they are, that's a perfect account to run an influencer type of deal with and say, hey, I'll give you some type of deal. In return, you give me X amount of shout outs on your stories, on your post, whatever the case is, and maybe notify all of your friends as well. If you have any close friends, try to get them in to use my services as well. So I'm going to leave you with that. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Hopefully you got something from that. And I will catch you on the next episode of the Detail Spot podcast. If you have not already, and you are enjoying the content that's coming from this podcast and coming from this YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, if you can, make sure you subscribe, like this video, and comment. I'm actually going to do a giveaway. That's what I'm going to do. Comment on this video, and I'm going to pick someone for a free Detail Community t-shirt. I'll send it to you. I'll get with you on the comments. I'll pick a winner on the next video. So make sure you comment, like this video, and subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss a future video. And then if you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify and you are enjoying the content coming from this channel, if you can, leave us a review. It is greatly appreciated. I cannot thank all of you enough for tuning in every week. It means the world to me. None of this would be possible without you, honestly. And that means the world to me. So, I'll catch y'all on the next episode though, and I can't wait to talk to all of y'all again. Make sure to shoot me a message as well. So remember that. If you ever need anything, have any questions, or just want to run an idea about somebody, definitely shoot me a message on social media. I'll catch you guys later on the next episode of the Detail Spot podcast.